I really don't like how I have to press these buttons. I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed. I don't know why the interface is like this now, but for some reason it seems like to go live, I actually have to go into the YouTube dashboard and click the live button. Extremely annoying. And it takes a while, so the streams are slightly out of sync. Whatever. What can you do? It is what it is. So, anyway, let me just verify the sound is good. Let me just verify this. It's good there. And how about these? Come on, why is this so fucking slow? Actually, you know what? I should pull up my stats doc so I know if my frames are dropping. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, mic test check, hello. Mic test check, hello. Okay, yeah, I forgot that it's gonna duplicate. She sells seashells on the seashore type beat. Alright, there we go. We're going. We are going. Where can I shove this stats menu? Up here? I guess that works. Not a huge fan of it, but whatever. Fine. Cool, so I don't need that anymore. Let me make sure that these... Hey! Adele, how you doing? Actually, I don't like the stats there. It's pushing the chats down. That's no good. Not bad, nice. You're from Australia, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I'm doing pretty well. Nothing to complain about, really. I'll just leave the stats on the side. Yeah. Shit, it's pretty late for you then, right? Adele from the land down under. Crikey. Brutal. Maybe I should stream earlier then, just for you. I don't know. What time do you usually go to bed at? Maybe you're used to being awake late. I'm an early Andy. I like going to sleep early. 11. Okay, yeah. It kind of the same as me, actually. I go to sleep at 11 too. Wake up at like 7-ish. Yeah, you know what? I'll see. Maybe I'll stream earlier next time. I wonder what the best times are to stream to be able to like catch everybody. If I were to guess, it's probably like early morning or late evening. I don't know why I thought that middle of the day would be best when I initially started. Because it just seems wrong. It does like because if I stream in the early morning, then everybody who's on the West Coast would be watching at night, and in the East Coast also like evening time. Yeah, should probably do that. Anyway, that's for another day. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna be reacting to a bunch of videos today that I've been sent. I don't know what's in any of these. All I saw was like the first second of each while I was just setting them up so I could like flip between them quickly. And other than that, you know, we're just gonna go right through it. That's it. School's coming back on tomorrow. What kind of school? I can't remember anymore. Actual school or college or what? High school. Ah, okay. Cool, cool. Nice. What year are you in? You getting ready to finish up or not yet? I hated school. It was my least favorite thing. I still get nightmares about school. It's crazy. I'd like have horrific nightmares about either being late for school or I actually had one recently where I was in like a school-like environment and it was an odd dream, which I think is a little too weird to share just because I might get banned. You're right. Okay, cool. How you finding it? I hated school, so it's always interesting to me when people like it. Do you also hate it? I'm gonna assume you hate it. I feel like anybody who likes school is in the minority. Six minutes. All right. Just wait a couple more minutes in case anybody else joins. It's okay, teachers are fine, but students make it horrible. Yeah, that's usually the case. Yeah. I mean, I had shitty teachers too. So I guess it depends on where you are, but I just don't like the whole concept of school. The way they teach things is just not right. They suck the joy out of learning by forcing you to learn. Anyway, that's enough small talk. I'm gonna just get into it. I hope it's gonna work okay. I set this up in like 10 minutes. Hopefully it looks fine. Hopefully it sounds fine. Could you let me know if it's too loud or too quiet? Because that's something that I need to monitor as well. Anyway, I don't know what any of these videos are. I don't even know the theme. So I also have the comment section open. You can't see the comment section, but I have the comment section open. Anyway.
Is very hard because I am a...
I should reset that. Since I played it for a bit, is the audio good?
Dating me is very hard because I am a...
I want to make sure it's good. Give me a signal. Audio good or... Okay, audio's good. Nice. Okay.
Dating me is very hard because I am a happily single woman. I'm not dating out of desperation. One thing you do to get on my nerves, you gotta go. I have curated a life that is so peaceful and I'm happy and I do all the things that I love and I don't have any voids that need to be filled. So dating me is kind of tough. A lot of times.
Hey Dylan, what's up, bro? Yeah, this is immediately a red flag. Look, there's a huge difference between having standards and just being delusional, right? You can have standards. You can say, okay, you know, I want XYZ. That's fine. No problem with that. But when it comes to maintaining a long-term relationship, you gotta make compromises. Like, there is no such thing as finding the perfect partner. No matter who you find, you're gonna find things about them that you don't like, or they're gonna find things about you that they don't like. And you gotta work them out, you know? You gotta compromise. You gotta try to fit in with each other. It's kind of like you're molding together over time. So if somebody immediately wants to break up because of something that they don't particularly like about you, you're just cooked. You're never going to have a good relationship. It's impossible because you're never going to find that perfect person. So it's actually surprising how many women have this exact same mentality, that the second there's any problems, they don't communicate with you, they don't tell you what's wrong, they want you to read their minds, and then they leave you. There's no second chance. Whereas, you know, marriage and relationships are supposed to be a union. It's supposed to be two people gradually getting closer together and working through problems. They have this very separated mindset where they think of themselves as individuals as opposed to trying to become a unified being, which is not going to work unless they do that. So
like when I was dating before, it was just like, okay, well, like you're here now, you can fill this void and be a placeholder or whatever. Now I don't even want you next to me. Like I don't even entertain men or like just go on dates just to go on them. If I don't see anything with you seriously, I'm not going. Like I enjoy my own time. So like me going on a date just to like get a free meal, bro, I have to do my hair, I have to do my makeup. Like I have to sit up and engage in this conversation, and I know I don't like you like that. I'm not wasting my time. Like at the end of the day, I know God is going to bring whomever into my life that's supposed to be in my life. So like me searching and looking, no.
Okay, this whole manifestation shit again. I swear to God, they all do it. Yeah, God is going to bring me my savior. He's going to bring my white knight. You know, he's going to be the perfect guy. I'm never going to have to change anything about myself. Never going to have to improve myself. Never going to have to change any of my behaviors. I'm just going to live my own life. God is going to send me down the perfect man. He's going to send me Jesus 2.0. I genuinely don't understand why they all have this mentality. It's crazy. They just expect it'll go their way. Yeah, exactly. They just expect that they think that they're like God's chosen people. It's crazy. But what she's saying there about not going on dates just to get like a free meal or something, that's fine. That's what everybody should do that. I don't understand why. Well, actually, I do understand why, but I think that they're horrible people for doing that, for just going out to some random dude and just to get some free food. It's rough. Anyway.
I'm living my life, and whatever happens, happens. In my season of singleness, I'm fulfilling myself. I'm learning more about God and building my relationship with him. And like, I feel like once you seek that, everything else will fall into place. And also, me being abstinent helps a lot with like getting people away from me, because the second that I see you're trying to lead me to the bedroom and not to God, you gotta go. Because that we're not even on the same journey. You claim you want a godly woman and a Christian woman, until it comes down to being abstinent. Yeah, okay. Dating me.
Look, fair enough. You can be abstinent. That's okay. But, you know, I mean, in general, anybody can do whatever they want. But at the same time, I'd love to see if this is... I would love to know if she's starting from scratch. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm curious whether or not she's been abstinent her whole life, or she had a phase and now she decided, I'm actually going to be abstinent now. That doesn't really work anymore then. I mean, you can do it, but anybody that you're going to be with and anybody you try to date, as soon as they find out this piece of information, they're going to really resent you. Because in their heads, it's going to be like, well, you gave it up to other people easily, but now I have to work for it, and I have to marry you, and I have to give you all these things and be this perfect guy for you to give it to me. You get what I mean? Now, it's a bit, obviously, both people are kind of in the wrong, because but it's mostly her in the wrong, because this is just how people think. This is how men think. This whole reborn virgin thing is crazy. I don't know where they came up with that shit, but it does not work at all. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the comments. Hey, Helen Reddy, what's up? I do not want you next to me. Is this legit or for content purposes? You're living in a strict program. Yeah, I mean, she's like 50-50. She said some good stuff with the not going out on dates for no reason, and then some dumb stuff. Anyway, next.
Mistake of giving it up too soon. I made the mistake of giving it up too soon, and now I realize I have to smell this motherfucker's ball sweat all over my fucking house, okay? On every crevice of my sofa. I gotta call a fucking steam cleaner to get this fucking stench out of my fucking house and out of my life. I don't even like this motherfucker. Thought he was cool. Now, he calls me, he gives me the ick. Now I gotta smell him. Now I gotta hire professionals to remove this funky fucking scent. Learn from my mistakes. Don't give it up too soon. Make sure you like the motherfucker. Just trust me. Bye.
I'm so confused. I don't even... What? Why is it in every crevice? Yeah, good question. Yeah, I don't really know what she's saying. How I can't tell if she's complaining because she doesn't like him anymore, or if she's complaining because he absolutely reeks. I don't know. Don't let him drag his nuts all over your house. True. Should probably abstain from that. Yeah.
I'm tired of people telling me that I'm good looking, talented, I have a great personality, and that everybody would be lucky to date me, and yet I'm still fucking single. I'm tired of people telling me to put myself out there when I've put myself out there so many times and nothing ever works out for me. It just ends up being super awkward, or they ghost me, or I get heartbroken. I'm tired of people telling me to go on different dating apps when I've tried literally every dating app on the market, and it's always the same shit. Guys only ever want to have sex or hook up. It's very rare to find someone that wants to go on a date with me, and then if I do do go on a date with them and then they realize that I don't want to have sex with them right off the bat, they stop talking to me and they completely ignore me and do a whole 180 and act like they hate me since the moment that they met me on the stupid app. And then if I go with women, most of them don't even talk, and the ones that do talk give me very dry conversations. And if I have dates with them, they end up just being my friend. I'm tired of making friends on dating apps. Like, all these people are amazing and I love them, but I want somebody to love me romantically. I want someone to hold me, someone to kiss me, someone to cuddle with me, someone I can talk to late at night, cry to them. I'm tired of making all of these great friends that don't give me the emotional and physical supports that I need. And I'm so tired of people being like, well, it's not your looks that's the problem. Clearly, because I've seen other big girls get into relationships too. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why am I still single? I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, literally just lose weight and go touch grass. It's really that simple. Yeah, other big people get into relationships, of course, whatever. There's always somebody that's gonna like you, like things about you. It doesn't matter how you look that much. But you're increasing the likelihood that more people like you if you look good. And the other part is just like, I don't know what people's obsession is with going on dating apps. Go meet people in real life. Stop going on dating apps. The best people to date are not on dating apps. They are outside. Go talk to human beings away from your phone. Complaining is her problem. She get annoyed. yeah. The complaints as well. The crazy attitude, that definitely does play a part, I bet. That's a good point. Good shout. Geez, that was a lot to unpack there. Not much I can really say about it. I mean, it's just some sad woman complaining. Clearly something is wrong. Either your personality or your looks or whatever else. You know, it's not other people's fault. It's almost never other people's fault. You know, if you try to date people, you go on 50 dates and you claim that all of them are the problem and not you, you know, it's like there's only one constant variable in that situation. You kind of have to, you know, find the variable. It's not too hard to find. It's you. Anyway. Some water.
You just need to put yourself out there. You just need to go on dates. Okay, let me show you guys the most recent 2 guys who have liked me on the magical.
Struggles of dating as a bigger girl. If you're having struggles dating as a bigger girl and you know that that's part of the problem, just work out. Just work out and eat less. It's literally that easy. You do that for a few months and you're gonna no longer be big. I know. Fucking mind blown. People always exaggerate how difficult exercising is. Literally, losing weight and being attractive is so easy. You work out, you lift heavy weights, you do some cardio, and then you eat less than you usually do. And preferably avoid processed food. Done. It's literally that easy. You cannot... It's very, very difficult actually to gain weight if you cut out all processed food. It's hard. You know, if anybody's struggling with losing weight out there, try it. Get rid of all the processed food. Don't eat any of it for 6 months and then see if you stay the same weight, because I doubt it.
App called Hinge. First guy says, I will fall for you if you're plus sized. And the next guy says
that's a red flag, because anybody who says that they like fat women are fetishizing fat women. So if they're only gonna like you because of a fetish, that's a problem. You don't want that.
I go crazy for plus size women. Now, I do think people genuinely mean well whenever they are encouraging you to put yourself out there and try to go on dates. But I think what maybe some people don't understand, especially being a bigger girl, is we just don't always have the options that maybe some of our friends have. I guess, yes, we can pool, but we pool in a different type of way. Sometimes
the sad part of this is that she's clearly not ugly. Like, if she just lost some weight, she would look pretty good. I don't know why she wants to be big. It's being big is a choice. It's so easy to lose weight.
We have those guys that want to like fetishize. Am I saying that right? Our bodies. We have the guys that want to slide in our DMs. We match with the guys that want us to just come over to their house. We can meet guys at the bar who will want to go home with us. But rarely it feels like, can we find the guys that actually want to take us out on a date? So I have this one guy that I matched.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing. Because being with a fat woman as a guy is just a massive hit to his social status. A lot of women don't understand this, but a woman for a man is a massive sign of, well, let me rephrase. A woman for a man is a social status signal. The better your woman looks, the better she acts, she is going to raise your social status in the eyes of other men. And status is something that men care a lot about. Isn't them coming home with you still as good as a date either way they like? I mean, I guess they like you, but there's a big difference between somebody who just wants to sleep with you and somebody who wants to actually be with you. Like she said, a lot of these people would fetishize fat bodies, and they don't like them beyond the surface level attraction of that fetish. So it is a problem. But yeah, women are a social status increaser for men. This is why men don't like to date fat women, because other men will look at him dating the fat woman and think she's disgusting. He must be a pathetic loser. He can't get an attractive woman. This is just what they think. Look, it's sad. We shouldn't be judging people on a surface level like this, but we do. And this is just how it is. So if a man wants to actually date you, he's going to have the expectation that you're going to look at least moderately attractive, at the very least on his level, but preferably above. So it's really important you take care of yourself. And this goes to both people. Like, women get mad at me sometimes when I say that because they lack accountability most of the time. But this goes both ways. Men should work out as well. I'm not saying men should be fat, and I think fat men are just as pathetic. If anything, I think fat men are more pathetic because laziness is like an even bigger issue in a man than in a woman. So in my opinion, like attractiveness wise, a woman being lazy is not as unattractive as a man being lazy. So this goes both ways.
On Bumble about like a year ago. When we first matched, we were actually like texting, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I think he's gonna actually like ask me out on a date. Nar. Which is fine, whatever. We still somewhat keep in contact, but only over Snapchat. I don't want to hear it. I know it's red flags. I know Snapchat is red flags, but I do have some guys that I like to keep on Snapchat just to like, you know, for a confidence boost. But anyways, this guy always asks me to hang out, but he will only invite me over to his house. And this has been ongoing for like a year. And I have told him multiple times, like, I don't feel comfortable coming to your house. Like, I'd rather just go for drinks. In fact, there was one time where I actually was like, you know what? I'm bored with my life. Let's spice it up. Okay, I will come over. Man never followed through. I was like, okay.
You know what's another part of this? Another part of it is that those guys are not willing to put in the effort to sleep with a fat girl or a girl that they don't like that much. A lot of men are like horny enough that they want to just do it with somebody. But if you're not attractive enough, then they still want to do it even though you're not that attractive. But they don't want to put the effort in. Because if they're going to put the effort in, they might as well try to take out an attractive girl instead.
I'm never agreeing to hang out with this man ever again unless he literally wants to take me on a date. And at the point where I've been there, done that with like matching with a guy, going to their house, them coming to mine. I mean, literally just the other day, he hit me up and he was like, I have like all this tequila, like if you want to ever come over. I was like, dude, like we have talked about this, like it's not happening. I don't know. And it just makes me think like over the last year, not once has he ever thought like, okay, like I'll just take this girl out. But then at another point, he proceeds to tell me that whenever he matches with girls on dating apps, he knows right away if it's gonna be a girl that he wants to take out or if he wants to just hang out. I was like, you realize that like you never asked me out? I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't like you. I mean, he told you right to your face. He just doesn't like you.
Well, I did want to go out with you, but I don't remember the reason why we didn't.
Yeah, he's lying to be nice. He's just being polite. He doesn't want to tell you to your face. He didn't think you're good enough to date because you're fat, and you're only good enough in his eyes to have sex if he doesn't have to take you out. That's basically what he thinks.
Basically, my point in saying all this is that sometimes there's just not dates for us to go on, and there's nothing we can do about it. That's my.
There is absolutely something you could do about it, and that something is called losing weight. There's definitely, you got options. You're not screwed. You're not forced to be fat. No one's forcing you. Even if you got medical conditions that make it more difficult, there's no medical condition that exists which makes you be fat with no possibility of losing the fat. Doesn't exist. Let's read some of the comments. My skinny friends have no clue. Just go on a date, bro. I can't even match with someone, nor do I want to with this selection. Again, it's just a personal problem. It's like, imagine a dude was like, you know, fat, boring, didn't have any hobbies, poor, you know, slept on a mattress that's on his floor, whatever. Maybe he still stayed with his parents, you know, lived with his parents in their basement. And imagine the outrage if he went on TikTok and he's like, the selection of women is so ass. I keep looking for them. And it's so hard as somebody who's fat and lives with their mom. Like, no woman wants to date you. It's so hard. And I get some women that I can talk to, but none of them take me seriously. Do you see how dumb that sounds? It sounds pathetic. It doesn't work the other way around, nor does it work this way around. I don't know why they try to make it sound like it works when it doesn't. It's just insane. People think about how bad healing your body like too much or being embarrassed instead of what the outcome is. What did I think I had a stroke? People think about how bad healing your body like too much work or being embarrassed instead of what the outcome is. Can you rephrase? I don't know what you're saying. Maybe my brain is fried. Yeah, a lot of girls are just agreeing with her. Just lose some weight. Like, you're an attractive female if you lost the weight. Right now you're ugly, but if you lost the weight, you'd be attractive. And go touch some grass. Same advice as the previous one. What the hell does GRWM mean? I need to look that up. Think about work being put in losing weight instead of the out. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, always look. That's the best way to get yourself to do anything is the thing that you want needs to outweigh the difficulty of the journey of achieving that thing. You're absolutely right. I mean, that's exactly the mentality you have to have with losing weight. Like, you have to look at the things that you like eating and the comfort that you have and go like, well, I can have this comfort and stay fat and have difficulty dating people and not really like myself that much. Or I can give these things up and look really attractive, find it easy to get a partner, or much easier at least, feel healthy. That's a big one. A lot of people just think about this in terms of looking good. Being fat sucks. Now, I was never fat to the point where it was a problem. Like, I had a really big bulk that I did when I was younger. Would never recommend anybody to do that ever again because I was super skinny my whole life. I weighed like 58 kilos and I'm tall. I'm like fairly tall, a little above average. So I was skinny. I was quite skinny. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being this skinny. I want to gain some weight. So I bulked up. I got to 90-ish kilos, 92, I think, kilos. That was pretty big. And I got like fat, so to say, but it was, you know, it was intentional. But I got fat, so to say, and holy shit, I felt like death. I felt horrible. It was hard to even bend over to tie my shoes. It sucked. I was out of breath walking up and down the stairs. And that's not even that fat. And I was still working out. So I can't believe I can't even imagine what it's like to be bigger than that with less muscle mass and live like that for years. As soon as I got to that point, I'm like, I just realized I cannot live like this anymore. I lost like 20 kilos in few months and I never bulked up that much again. Now I just hover around the same weight because holy, and I never felt as good as I did when I was skinny ever again. My body wants to be skinny. I think human bodies in general like to be skinny because the skinnier I am, the less fat I have, the better I feel by a mile. It's not even a comparison. So the health is a huge aspect of this too. So yeah, like you were saying, you got to weigh all of your options. You got to weigh, are the negatives worth the positives? And in almost every single case, the answer is yes, particularly in relation to your health, like in this case. So, what does GRWM mean? Get ready with me. Okay. Something I'm not familiar with. I'll rant about a 6-year situationship. Oh, that's great. Love those.
I've been in a situationship for 6 fucking years now. I cannot believe I just said that on camera. But I'm so fucking over
Watch your fucking language, lady. Jeez. Chill out.
it. I'm so over it. Basically, this boy and I started dating when we were in high school. And like, honestly, that shit was so toxic. Like, we were both stubborn as fuck and we would just argue constantly. But anyways, he broke up with me. I was so sad, but then we remained really close friends and eventually just basically continued to date, but without the label. And then we both went to the same fucking college, so we weren't really dating then either, but we continued this whatever the fuck that was going on, and that shit fucked with my head because it felt.
But why are you complaining if this was your choice? You agreed to these terms. You literally just said you continued to date without the label. I'm assuming that was his decision considering he broke up with you. So you chose this. So why are you complaining about it now?
So much like a relationship that when I got upset at things, like, which if you're in a relationship, it was totally valid, but because we weren't, it wasn't justified. And so I kept feeling all these things that I wasn't technically allowed to feel because we weren't dating. Like, I've always been really shy with like dating and all of that. Like, I don't really know how to flirt. Fuck me, I'm 23 and I can't flirt. And the thing is, it was on off, but because for me, I was so scared to like meet other people because I was so comfortable in this little like security blanket that is this boy. And I regret not going on dates and like fucking around in college because now I'm 23, I work at home now.
Don't mess around in college. Anybody who's watching this, don't mess around ever. Stay pure. The man you should marry will come eventually. Stay put. I know somebody who is in her 30s, still a virgin. She's doing the right thing. Putting makeup on skin card makes me think she doesn't care about the relationship. I mean, clearly she's. I mean, why do you think putting the makeup, skincare makes you think she doesn't care about the relationship? Is it just like the? Yeah, I don't know. Explain yourself. I want to know.
So it's not like I can meet people at work, and like I don't want to do dating apps either because it just feels so forced, and I've heard too many bad stories.
Yeah, true. Like, don't do dating apps. Dating apps suck.
But anyway, last year of college we finally dated, which apparently recently I talked to him about it, and according to him, we weren't even dating back then, but we were doing like the whole flowers, Valentine's Day, all that shit. So like I don't know what's wrong with him. It has come to my attention finally. I need to move the fuck on and stop wasting my time on this boy. We broke up the last year of college because of long distance, but now we're in the same city, in the same fucking friend group, and it's so much harder. But fuck this. This year I told myself to stop wasting my time and energy on the people who don't return the same energy back. I'm 23, still have not dated anyone else. Like, at this point, I feel like I'm just gonna die alone.
You're so young. Literally, you're so young. Just go meet other people. It's so easy. I don't know why you got yourself into this situation, but look, I get it. You were young. You didn't really know what you were doing. It was your first relationship. You were clearly very heavily manipulated. But you could recover pretty easily. It's not a big deal. You know, you should be happy you didn't sleep around and go out with a bunch of random dudes. You could still salvage it and get into a pretty good relationship. You just have to put your mind to it.
All my friends are in relationships too, and it's so cute. I'm like, I want one. Where do people get one? At this point, I feel like I've lost all of my dating skills because I didn't have to use that muscle for like 6 years. For the first time in my life, I finally feel like I'm ready to move on and meet other people. I'm just fucking terrified too. I keep saying that I'm only sticking with this boy because of comfort and familiarity, but like, he's not giving me any of that because he's stressing me out so fucking much. I just needed to rant today, and that's okay. Hot girl rant. Wait, I've been loving brushing my hair like this recently. And just look at that. Anyways,
Okay, that's it. Yeah, hot girl rant. Very, very humble. Love it. She cares she would be serious, not doing her daily routine. I mean, I don't necessarily agree. It's fine to, you know, put on makeup and make yourself look good. I do think she looks better without the makeup, honestly. She looks too glossy here. But no, it's fine. Like, even if you're in a relationship, obviously, you know, you don't want to be trying to look put too much effort into like going out and meeting other people, trying to attract them, and based on your clothing choice and whatnot as well. But it's fine to want to put on makeup. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I don't think it necessarily says that there's something wrong with the relationship from that aspect, at least. She needs to just move on and go find other people. I see. That's fair. Fair enough. So you just, I'm guessing you just think that, well, if she's already in a relationship, there's no point in putting on makeup because she doesn't need to attract anybody else. And I totally get that. But, you know, she could try to dress up and look extra nice for the guy that she's with as well. That's another possibility, you know, and that's okay. But I don't think that's what she's doing here. 6 years is not a situationship, it's a friendship. But you always just... You can't end up in the situation without wanting to. So I don't really feel bad. Because she just got... I mean, I guess she got manipulated. It's tough when you don't know anything. Hey, bro, do you remember me? I actually don't know if I do Apple. Or, you know, for herself, she could dress up for herself. This is a lie women tell themselves. Look, I'm sorry. You do not dress up for yourself. It is a lie. You dress up to look good for other people. Because if you had no access to mirrors and there were no human beings alive, you would not be doing your makeup every day. Makeup is uncomfortable, makes your skin feel weird, gives you a bunch of acne for no reason, is hard to wash off. You're not doing it for yourself. If nobody else could see you with the makeup, why would you do it? If you're doing makeup to like face paint or think of it as kind of like a canvas or some kind of art piece and you're trying to practice to do special effects and whatnot, that I get. But putting on daily makeup to improve your looks only makes sense if you intend other people to see you. Because why would you care about improving your own looks artificially if nobody's going to see you? It's a lie. It's fucking bullshit. I hate that thing. I hate when people say that. Agency's doing fine. Yeah, we got some clients. But there are mirrors I can't see myself. Yeah, but human beings are not supposed to be walking around seeing themselves 24/7. When you do your makeup, do you carry a mirror around with you and stare at yourself the whole time? When you put on the makeup, you see yourself throughout the day with the makeup, maybe collectively like 5 minutes. And that's a lot. That's assuming you're going to be staring at yourself. So the rest of the time, it's like it doesn't even exist. It's bullshit. It is a lie. You can lie to yourself as much as you like that you're doing it for yourself, but it's just untrue. I don't know why you're trying to convince other people that it's not for others.
I went on a date with a medical student, and we're going to talk about it because I need a vent. We finally agreed to meet for coffee. Homeboy shows up 15 minutes late. He sits down and goes, "Ugh, I'm so pissed. My Hinge account got reported this morning." I was just like, okay, strong opener. Ask why. So he tells me He went on 3 dates with this girl and decided that she just wasn't it. And he texted her this whole thing about how he didn't want to see her again because, I quote, "I just feel like I'm settling and I don't want to lower my standards." And he was shocked that that was her reaction. I don't even blame her for reporting him. She probably thought, you know what? I may not be his soulmate, but maybe I can get him off this app before he emotionally scars any other girls. We start talking about what we're looking for in a partner, qualities, and he goes, actually, I have a list. He pulls out this list and it's in his notes app. It's like a checklist. It's like he's shopping for a Toyota girlfriend with leather seats and low mileage.
She was just talking about how a woman reported him for whatever, and that she had specific standards and doesn't want to lower her standards, and now she's complaining that the guy has standards. Did I understand that correctly? Is that what's happening here? Surely, right? Because I was a bit confused about the story. Was she saying that he had the standards or she had the standards initially? Because I think she was saying that the girl had the standards, and she thought that was fine, and now the guy had the standards, and she's calling it shopping.
Let's review, shall we? Appreciates nature. Okay, we all love a good tree. Not a gold digger. Bold assumption that there is gold to dig, but go off. Supportive. Now, what are we supporting here? His ego or his football league?
So far, those aren't even weird requirements.
No one knows. Doesn't move too fast. Let's move slow. I like that. Next, not a prude. Oh, huh, interesting. That took a turn. Okay, next, green eyes. That's genetic.
Okay, that's he's unhinged for that one. That's like 1% of the population. That's okay. He's crazy for that one. That's nuts. I agree with that one.
Not really a personality trait, but go off, king. Wears makeup, but not a lot. So she must look flawless, but pretend like she just rolled out of bed. Next, knows how to...
That is not what he said. He even said not a lot. So I don't know why she's putting words in his mouth.
chill. So she's laid back, never lazy. Basically a golden retriever with boobs. This one gets me every time. Not a psychopath. Not a psychopath.
That's a crazy thing to have on your checklist that you're gonna willingly show somebody, because if they are a psychopath, you're just giving them a signal that's like, oh, this guy's gonna be easy to manipulate. It's just you know, if you ask, are you psychotic, are you a psychopath, they would just say no. You're really not getting far with that one, buddy.
Not be on this list. It should be the default. It's like putting on your list, must actively not be on fire. This one's funny. Debt free. Especially since he just got done telling me that so far he's accumulated almost $300K worth of medical school debt. But then he drops this...
I mean, yeah, that he's just a hypocrite. That's fair.
Gem. Body count, less than 3. Oh, sir, why are we bringing up body counts over a cold brew? He casually...
Because it's extremely important. Body count significantly harms women's ability to pair bond. Having a high body count is super bad. It also tells you the kind of person that she is. Look, a lot of people misconstrue this argument. They say that what a woman does with her body is her choice, doesn't affect what happens, doesn't matter how many people she slept with, she's still the same kind of person. It doesn't change people. The thing is, even if I were to say it doesn't change people, if you're the kind of woman that wants to sleep around with many men, these women have a particular personality. And this particular personality, from the majority of male experiences, including mine, is bad. People don't like it. Because usually it's going to make women that are more selfish, that are more difficult to deal with, that have more trauma, that, you know, complain more about everything, that nag you more. You're going to be constantly compared to her previous partners. She's going to be fantasizing about her previous partners. This is going to affect your ability to bond. And then just the literal biological mechanism of pair bonding is reduced. And this is true for both men and women, actually, which is interesting. So I'm not saying, I don't think men should be sleeping around either. I think that it's important that men and women love each other and they don't sleep around too much and they just pick a partner as soon as possible that they're going to spend their lives with. I think that that goes for both. But yeah, look, it's an incredibly important sign of the emotional maturity and just general mental maturity of a woman when she has a low body count. That's why it's a requirement, because it tells you a lot about a person very easily.
Mentions his number 50. 50. You got your little pass.
The thing is, even though, like, I know I just said it goes for both people, but the thing is, having sex with many people does not affect men as much as women. It still has an effect, but not as much as with women. And we're biologically different as well in our preferences. There's a reason why men tend to prefer virgins and women tend to prefer not virgins. There's a reason for that, because it's different. There's a difference between men being virgins and women being virgins. Let me try to remember what else. My brain had a brain fart. What was she just saying? I hate when that happens. You ever have that happen where you're in the middle of a train of thought and your brain just kind of like keels over? What's the time over there? 4 o'clock. It's not too bad. I'm probably only going to go for like another hour or so.
Mentions his number 50. 50. You got your little pass.
Oh, yeah.
You got
Yeah, so the other thing is that women don't care about how many men women don't, okay, that disregard. Women don't care about how many women men have slept with. They just don't care. It's not a big deal to them, but it is a big deal for men. So that's another difference between us, is the fact that men care and women don't. I don't know why women constantly try to compare themselves with men and try to fit everything into the same brackets. We are fundamentally different, and that's okay. We're built to be different. If we were the same, life would be boring, and nobody would even want to be with each other. We're fundamentally different. We have different interests. We have different preferences. We have different biological functions. We have different hormone cycles. We're different for a reason. So there's no point in trying to shove us all into the same box. Just because men have a certain preference or standard doesn't mean women have to have a certain preference or standard. And it's the same the other way around. I'm gonna go to sleep. See you next time. All right, good night. Have a good time at school. Thanks for joining. I'll try to stream a little earlier next time.
your little passport stamped on every continent, it seems. Your body count has its own area code. And lastly, someone who gets along with his mom, but doesn't ask too many questions. Because, I quote, she's just a lot sometimes. In conclusion, he wants a green-eyed, emotionally stable, low-mileage forest fairy who's never been kissed, but somehow knows exactly what she's doing in bed. Meanwhile, he's emotionally constipated, banned from Hinge, and walking around with basically a PowerPoint presentation of his standards. I came for a date.
I mean, that is a bit weird, having just throwing your standards and requirements out there with like a checklist is pretty odd. But, you know, yeah, he's obviously a hypocrite in some areas. But it's fine for him to have standards. Same way it's fine for women to have standards. Is he a little delusional? Yes. Are his standards something that plenty of men could attain? Yes. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, whatever.
With a prescription for celibacy, I'm just done. I'm moving to the woods. I'm gonna go date a rock. That's it. I'm off, men. I'm seeing other mammals.
Just... Wait, what? She didn't just say that, did she?
I'm seeing other mammals.
Okay, well, that took a quick turn, huh? She's gonna go... She's like, okay, men suck? Bestiality time. Fuck yeah, let's go. Time to hump some other animals. Woo! Woo! Okay, then. Have fun with that. But yeah, like, look, there's obviously always going to be men that are crazy or delusional or just psychotic. It happens. Say women go through. There's plenty of women that have the exact same thing. So it happens. It doesn't mean everybody is bad. And also, again, dating app. Just go off dating apps. Go meet normal people. They tend to not be like this. Nowhere near as often, at least.
Dolphins. Okay, bye.
All right, that's that. Not a psychopath always means won't hold me accountable for being horrible. That is not what it means at all. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I really was on his side till you got to his body count. I mean, most women literally just don't care about how many women a man has slept with. The only time it would ever bother them for some reason, at least modern women, is if a guy's like, well, you need to have a low body count, but I have a high body count. I don't know. Again, I don't know why feminism has taught women that they need to be exactly equal to men in every single regard. And they would look at this not as a difference between the genders, but they would look at it as like some kind of weird standard that men have, and because they have it, that means the women have to have it. Makes no sense.
Online dating is the fact that you go from strangers. The problem with online dating is the fact that you go from strangers, literally never ever meeting, seeing this person ever in your life, right to dating, 0 to 100. In 0.2 seconds, you went from strangers to going out together as if you're a couple.
Yeah, I actually completely agree with that perspective that it's weird. This is one of the reasons why I think that people need to stay away from dating apps and you should just meet people in real life. I actually had a whole rant about this on Discord, which to make it easier, I'm just going to pull it up. Where is it? Because I said it pretty well. Let me read this real quick. Yeah, I was comparing the fact that looks matter way more online as opposed to in person. In person, when you meet people, I'm going to talk about this from the perspective of a man. If you're a dude and you're meeting a woman, that woman is not automatically putting you into the category of, I'm going to date this person. So your looks are not something that she evaluates. So your looks don't matter as much. When you're online, they are in dating mode and they are automatically assigning in their head, am I going to date this guy or not? And because all they have to judge you on is your looks, they judge you on your looks. And if you don't look exceptionally good, they immediately throw you in the back in the undateable category. Doesn't happen in real life. This is a very important step because when you're in real life, you meet people like coworkers or just somebody out in the park, you can show them other aspects of your personality before looks become a factor. So if you're talking with coworkers, you could show off your wit, you could show off your charm, you could show off that you're funny, and they can like you as a person first. And then if you get closer and try to ask them out on a date, now they're going to be evaluating with all of the information that they know about you and then compare it to your looks. And at that point, your looks aren't going to matter as much. Now, some people are obviously still going to deny you if they don't like how you look. They're going to reject you. But it gives you a much better chance of overcoming that because now they have more data to throw around in their head and evaluate before they give you a yes or no. So that's a good reason for why you should. That's a good reason for why you should meet people in real life instead. What happened with Half Sword? This is the kind of stuff I usually do. Half Sword was just like for fun sort of thing. Maybe I'll play another one of the days. How is it? I saw the hotfix. Supposedly it's meant to improve performance. Actually, I did boot up the game once. Check it out. And it worked. I think it was a little better. I also switched to DirectX 12. And that made it a little bit better.
That's not normal. It's not natural. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like it. In fact, I've never heard one person ever say in my entire life, gosh, I just love online dating. I just love
Yeah,
dating apps.
online
I
dating
love
sucks
it.
ass.
I love having 7 downloaded dating apps and not one of them is working. I love it. No one's ever said that before in their life. You know why? Because it's weird. They're weird, okay? Not only do you put up pictures of yourself, like you're kind of like selling yourself to somebody, like look how great I am, embarrassing, but then you're also just talking to a bunch of strangers for like weeks on end, messaging them each day as if you're like pen pals or something, but it's like a weird pen pal, and then maybe you meet one out of 20 and you're like, wow, that was a dud, just to start the cycle over again.
Yeah, it kind of is like it kind of is like just a shitty catalog. Like you put yourself up into this platform where you're just trying to advertise yourself. And the problem with it is a lot of people can just lie. They could just say shit that is completely untrue. So it makes it way less likely to actually meet genuine people. This is why I keep saying that you shouldn't date online. Online dating is dumb. Go meet people in real life.
Stop fucking ghosting. This ghosting culture has gotten so out of hand, it's actually astronomical. It is utter bullshit. My friend is gorgeous. She is in her mid-30s. She's successful. She's incredible. She's an
There's the problem. Mid-30s. Sorry. Expired.
awesome person, so fun to be around, and doing so much work on herself. And she met this guy on Hinge or some shit. They had 3 great dates. He was communicative, not too much, no love bombing. They didn't sleep together, for everyone that wants to try and blame her for any of that bullshit. And they had some great dates. Everything was seemingly normal. They went out this like a week ago. They had a great time. He texted her saying, I'd love to see you again. They were texting, a couple times a day here and there. And then he said, listen, I'm not really feeling well. I'm just going to take a rest. She's like, okay, no worries. Feel better. Didn't hear from him for a few days. So she texted him like, hey, just want to make sure you're feeling okay. Never to be heard from fucking again. And this is the type of shit I'm saying. Be a fucking grown up.
Yeah, the thing is, women are not innocent when it comes to this as well. Women do exactly the same thing. I do think ghosting is retarded. I think it's for low IQ individuals. If you've ever ghosted somebody, you're low IQ. You're completely immature because you're afraid of conflict. You're afraid of you know what's the word? I guess conflict is fine. Yeah, you're just afraid of conflict. You're afraid of getting into a confrontation, of expressing your feelings, of telling somebody the truth, even if you don't like them. The thing is, in every single case, it's better for the person to know why you don't want to be with them anymore or why you don't like them than it is to ghost them, because it gives some form of closure. Is it going to hurt? Yes, it's always going to be unpleasant, but you give them closure. It's so much easier to move on when you know that it is finished. Whereas when you get ghosted, you have no idea what happened. You don't know what to change. You don't know what to potentially improve. You don't know what you did. You keep replaying the thoughts in your head over and over and over, trying to figure out what went wrong, and you can't figure it out. And that really weighs on you. It is hard to move on from that. So it's extremely cruel to ghost people. Horrible thing. No one should do it. I fully agree with her.
Just because you're not into somebody, whether you met somebody else or you're not that into them or you really, whatever, I don't really give a shit what your reasoning is. Just fucking send a text. Hey, I think you're great. I had a really great time getting to know you, but this is not the connection I'm seeking. Take care. It takes 2 fucking seconds to be a grown-ass adult. But for all of these cowards that are hiding behind their phone, don't give me this bullshit. Oh, it's better for the other person. I'm not hurting them. And oh, I just...
No, that's what I don't understand. I don't get why people think that, because it hurts so much more than just hearing the truth. It's genuinely, I'm telling you, it's a low IQ thing.
It hurts them to tell them the truth that I met someone else. Oh, but you think disappearing on somebody that had a great connection with you, that was super into you, you think that's the fucking answer? That's on you. That shows your cowardice. That shows your avoidance. That shows that you can't handle confrontation. If a girl can't handle, she argues with what you say, you have every right to block the bitch, to fucking never talk to her again. But send a simple fucking message, and it's enough of this stuff. Enough of these games. It's enough of this garbage. Do fucking better. Stop ghosting people. Stop treating people as if they're fucking transactions and going right back on the app to swipe, 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 swipe. It doesn't work that way in the real fucking world.
Yeah, it is cruel. I totally understand her being upset over this. I think it's horrible as well. Happens to both men and women. Horrible thing to do. I dated someone for 3 years and one day he just didn't respond anymore. That's crazy. Yeah, I've heard of stories like that too. I remember I heard a lot of stories of guys dating women online, and then when they were supposed to meet, they like had plane tickets and whatnot. They flew to the country and then they just didn't show up. That's crazy. I can't believe that there's people out there that do shit like this. It's just absolutely evil. Like I don't understand how these people even have a conscience. Because surely your conscience would kick in and go like, hey, you shouldn't do this, but maybe they're just psychotic. I don't know.
I am not sorry when people say, oh, you're so extra, you're doing too much, you're a lot to handle. You know what? You're right. I'm a lot of woman with a lot of layers, a lot of personality, a lot of dreams, a lot.
She's giving me Chihuahua vibes. She's giving me Chihuahua vibe. Why is that so fucking hard to say? Chihuahua vibes. Chihuahua vibes. Chihuahua vibe. Chihuahua vibe. Fuck, that's hard to say. She's giving me Chihuahua vibe. Fuck. She's giving me Chihuahua vibes. Hey, stranger. She's giving me Chihuahua vibes. She's giving me Chihuahua vibes. Fuck, I'm just gonna have to give up. Yeah, I do remember you. She's giving me Chihuahua vibe. She's really giving me Chihuahua vibes. She's really giving me Chihuahua vibes. Is it just me that thinks that? I needed to get a good clip for the YouTube. She just has that whole like energy of like woof, woof, you know, like very angry and always got something to complain about. Always got something to complain about. Long time no see. Yes, indeed.
Of ideas, a lot of emotions, and a lot of love. So yeah, you're right. I am a lot, and I intend to be a lot more by the time I'm done with this world. And if you can't handle it, go find less. Oh, but your big personality is intimidating to a lot of men. Aren't you scared you won't?
She kind of just seems annoying. Like there's a difference between having a big personality and just being obscenely annoying. I don't even think it's a big personality. She's just acting like she's in a movie. Like she's an actor. Strange behavior.
Find a boyfriend or a husband? Aw, you really think so? Excellent. I surely hope so. Not to brag, but I put in so much love into my own self-love and inner peace that I surely hope it intimidates the living shit out of all the men who don't deserve me. Thus making room for the man who actually does and can meet me on my level. I am so sick and tired of how women are expected to make themselves seem smaller in society.
Yeah, she's extremely annoying. I don't know how anybody could like this. It's so, like, her voice is pissing me off. You switch channels, check your old channel a lot of times, you're not active in your old... this is the same channel. It's just been replaced. I replaced the name. Yeah.
Women are expected to be soft, gentle, quiet, demure.
Yes, those are the best kind of women. Everybody will agree, almost. Or at least, look, everybody can agree if you also add in the activeness as like a separate personality. Like every dude likes what she described there, but some guys also like when they're athletic and, you know, move around a lot, very high energy. But you can have these two personalities coexist. That's the perfect woman.
I cannot tell you the amount of times I've been told, "Aw, you're too strongly opinionated. Maybe you should be more ladylike." Nah, I'm good. You will not silence me, sir. So baby girlies in 2024, no more dulling our personality to make others feel more comfortable. If someone is being rude or disrespectful, tell them off. Go ahead and speak your mind and piss some people off. You are allowed to take up more space. No more watering yourself down to make yourself more digestible to others. They can just choke. Hello. Uki, I love you always. Bye.
She's just extremely annoying. Like, look, you can be opinionated and have a strong personality and be confident, but you don't have to be annoying. Those things are not mutually exclusive, you know? You can have that and still be a nice person that's pleasant to be around. And I think that that's a much better way to be. Also, the way that she said opinionated makes me feel like she just doesn't listen to anybody else's opinion. Like, she's so set in her beliefs that no matter what you argue about, she is never going to change her mind. She's never going to accept when she's wrong. She's always just gonna keep digging the hole deeper, you know?
Fucking tired of being disappointed by men. I'm so fucking tired of getting hurt. I'm so fucking tired of men lying and then calling it honesty. I'm so tired of men pretending like they want to be in a relationship with you and literally...
I mean, literally both men and women do the same thing. I also really don't like when people say they're honest, but they're like massive liars. I just don't get it. I don't lie. I try my best actively not to lie. Obviously, it's impossible to never lie. But I try my best to lie as little as humanly possible. And I wish other people did the same.
Relationship with you and literally pretend and act. Tired of men pretending like they want to be in a relationship with you and literally pretend and act like they are in a relationship with you just for them to turn around weeks later and say they don't want a relationship with you. So what the fuck were you doing the entire time? Were we playing pretend? How old are we? I thought we stopped playing pretend when we turned like 9. Why are we still doing it? Why are you a little boy in a man's body? Why have you not matured yet? Why do I have to be disappointed and feel like a fool?
They just don't want you. They're just not interested in you. And they manipulate you to get what they want, which is sex. So it's unfortunate that it happens, but what can you do? You need to just get better at being able to spot who's manipulating you and who's genuine.
Every fucking time. I'm so tired. Because from what I've also learned about guys is that they know right away. They know pretty early on if they see it with you or they don't. And they're not going to waste their fucking time if they don't see it. Right? And I'm not talking about like just keeping you around, kind of breadcrumbing you just to like be able to get into your pants so that, you know, you go out on a night out so that they can text you at 2 a.m. and you come over. I'm just saying, like, I've gone through enough, I've been through enough that like I know the difference. I can usually spot the difference. I'm talking about guys that are coming over, cooking me dinner, hanging out multiple times a week, going on dates, paying for things. I'm meeting their friends, they're meeting my friends. Like, very much dating, right? So you can do all of the long-term relationship-y things with me, but then turn around and say you don't see the long-term relationship with me.
Yeah, it's still a skill issue. You just couldn't spot that they were that kind of person. Sorry, you just suck.
Everyone's like, oh my god, Lindsay, how do you deal with heartache? How do you deal with like getting rejected and getting your feelings hurt? I like don't handle it well, but the more it happens, the better I become at just like fucking letting it go. I used to always turn it around and be like, okay, well, what happened and why me and what did I do wrong and why didn't he like me? Now, there's no rhyme or reason. I've literally learned that it is nothing to do with me, and that's not to say
That's not necessarily true. It can very often be linked to something that you do or you did that they don't like. Now, I'm not saying that's always the case. Obviously, it happens that sometimes there's just nothing you could have done. They lied to you. You tried to do whatever they wanted. You tried to compromise. You tried to be a perfect partner, as perfect as you could be anyway. And they still just leave you. And that happens. And that's just immaturity. But oftentimes it is that they just don't like certain things about you. And they have raised these problems to you and you just simply didn't care or didn't notice that they were big problems. Again, not always. There are obviously people who are just immature.
I'm perfect. That's not to say that, like, you know, everyone has to like me, but it doesn't matter, honestly, what they tell me. It doesn't make it any better. So asking them, like, what went wrong, save yourself the fucking time. Save yourself the text message. Save yourself. They're gonna lie. You're never gonna get the real truth. Sucks to get excited about someone and to really put your time and energy and for it to be reciprocated and for it to be going well and then for it to be taken away from you without you understanding and without getting any type of like good reason. Because most likely it has nothing to do with you. Because honestly, I think he could see a long-term relationship with me because he wouldn't have done all that shit if he couldn't have. And it's something that he needs to deal with within himself. Either one, he's not ready for a long-term relationship, period. Not because it's with you, with anyone. And maybe you're the first girl that he actually started to see and feel a long-term relationship with. And he panicked. He freaked out. He had put his foot in the water and he panicked and got cold feet and basically blamed it on you. When in reality,
I mean, look, it happens. What can you say? Oh, the only one here? I don't know. Could be not. No clue. I just figured I might as well stream this if I'm going to be doing it anyway. I saw some other people do that too. And I'll just cut these up into YouTube videos. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of this one. Not too much in this. This is kind of part of the problem that of doing these kind of things live is that some of the clips are just kind of shit. They're kind of boring because when I'm recording them off stream, I just exclude those. So, but still a nice hangout session, you know. Where do you find these? Actually, someone else finds them and sends them to me. So I don't have the patience to scroll through TikTok and find shit like this.
In their 20s are like, oh my god, glowing out.
Or like a rage bait to me. It's genuinely hard to watch. Yeah, I know. That's what makes it funny though.
I hate when girls in their 20s are like, oh my god, glowing out is so...
Oh my god, going out is so not classy. I hate that fucking voice every time, man. I hate it so much.
I hate when girls in their 20s are like, oh my god, glowing out is so not classy. Getting drunk is literally absurd. Like, guys, why are we acting like we're 50 years old? These are our years. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, these are our years, so let me just completely destroy my body, drink as much alcohol as humanly possible, ride miles worth of dick from 50 different men. These are our years. We gotta do the dumbest shit right now because we won't get to do the dumb shit when we're old. Yeah, I don't get that. I like being healthy. I like feeling good, you know. I like waking up in the morning and not feeling like I haven't slept. That's my preference. I guess most of the time find good men. I mean, what? Most of the time find good men. They don't. So many of them don't. Sometimes they do and they just don't realize it, but oftentimes they don't either. Yeah, this is our only one life. Why not make it short? Yeah, exactly.
That you want to act like an old woman and like be mature and responsible or whatever.
It has nothing to do with maturity or responsibility. I like to feel good. Drinking alcohol fucking blows. It makes you feel like ass and you don't even get anything really out of it. I like talking to people and playing games and doing shit together sober. It's so much more fun. I think a lot of these people that do drink a lot are actually the immature ones. And they're extremely difficult to be around because you can't even have a conversation with them. I like to talk to people. I like to discuss things. That's what I find fun about hanging out with other people. If you like getting shit-faced to the point where you're fucking blabbering the whole time, can't understand a single thing that you're saying, then you're just a retard and I don't want to be around you. You can gather other retards next to you and you guys can all be knocked out of your fucking mind and do whatever you want. I don't want to take part in that. I'm not into that shit. I don't hang around low IQ people, sorry.
But I will not be acting like that until I actually have to. Like, I want to live my life to the fullest. Like, what? Like, I'm sorry, you just don't get an award.
I just genuinely don't understand why so many people consider taking drugs and drinking alcohol to be living life to the fullest. I don't get why. Like, what is the logic there? Can somebody explain to me, please, what the logic is with that?
For like never going out, and like also being at the club or being at a bar and just like acting miserable. It's low-key cringe, I'm sorry. The reason that I like going out is to
Clubs are fucking boring, that's why.
just dance, you know, maybe have a little dirty slutty, a martini, and just reject every man in sight. I feel like people, especially when they post on social media, they're always looking for like people to applaud them in the comments, being like, oh my god, like that's so great that you're staying in and you're not having fun and you're not enjoying your life and you're not having like crazy nights.
Staying in and just like hanging out with some friends at the park or something is a million times more fun than going to a bar or a club, in my opinion. Fucking judge people for being mature and literate. You're just watching them on Instagram or whatever, but they're like 70% of the girls in my class. It's fucking miserable to be around them. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. The people who think this way are just miserable human beings. I don't want to be anywhere near them.
Having like crazy nights. I feel like those are gonna be the nights that I tell my kids about.
Yeah, the nights where you're getting railed by 5 dudes in the back alley is gonna be the it's gonna be the story you tell your kids about. I believe you. Nowadays, with all these OnlyFans bitches having kids, and you know, I'm not surprised.
How randomly I just ended up at like an NFL player's house. Like,
Oh, here we go. Look, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. I literally predicted what she was gonna say. What a baller.
I mean, but I get it. Everybody has different views of what fun is to them. But staying home and not shaking my ass while I'm in my prime does not sound fun to me. Bye.
Well, look, there's always gonna be the smart people, you know, and the ones that are fun to hang around with, and then there's always gonna be the low IQ whores like you. The world needs to be balanced. It's okay. You can do whatever you want and let other people do whatever they want. And let's just keep up this constant war of us telling each other that we hate the other one's lifestyle. I like that. Creates some drama, makes it more fun. God damn. Next. Oh, you're interesting looking.
Why do girls gotta be so jealous, envious, always in a competition with you, always trying to one-up you, always trying to be better than you? Mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is really funny how women pretend to be supportive of each other when they're actually trying to tear each other down. It's fascinating. It's such an interesting concept to me. There was something that I saw the other day where they were saying that it was something like men who are enemies get along better with each other than women who are friends, or who are than women who are teammates. I think that's hilarious.
I know a girl like this, and it's really toxic, it's really weird, and I just don't understand it. Why is it so hard to find a girl's girl these days?
Because you're a challenge to them, especially if you're attractive. If you're more attractive than them, they're going to hate you. They're going to try to tear you down. It's the same way, you know how you see those posts on social media where some fat bitch in a bikini has every single comment of the fat bitch in a bikini says, slay queen, you know, you look so beautiful, whatever. It's all a tactic. It's a tactic to make themselves feel better if they're fat, and it's a tactic to keep her down so that she has fewer dating possibilities, so that they have a better chance themselves.
Someone who's your friend because they love you, because they care about you, they want to see you do good, they want to see you do better than them. That is a true friend, and someone that you're just comfortable with and comfortable around and can be yourself with. The girls these days, man.
This is why men should have 2 wives, because that's the only situation in which 2 females can be friends with one another without there being any competition.
And then there's the girls who always talk shit on other girls, but then act like they're your friend. Well, what do you say behind my back? And then they'll go and copy you, try to be you. Girls, we see you. Right, Moch?
Yeah, that's just how women are. Find good ones next time. I need to balance out my mind. What do you mean by good ones? What, you want ones that like agree with something and that are actually normal? You're not gonna find a lot of those here, man. Not on TikTok. That's where I'm getting all these from. She was a good one. Yeah, she's decent. Yeah, she knows. She's right.
Girl in a healthy, loving relationship, I find it so hard. As a girl in a healthy, loving relationship, I find it so hard to make friends with single girls because majority of the girls that are single usually hate men, which is like valid, sure, but they project their insecurities onto my relationship, which is
Yeah, they do that all the time. It's like when you're friends with single women, they will try their fucking hardest to break up your relationship. It's crazy. They'll either try to steal your boyfriend if they think that he's good, or they're going to try to fuck up your relationship so that they feel better. Wild stuff.
so fucking annoying. I met this one girl, and after having told her that I've been in a long-term relationship of 4 years, she goes on to fucking tell me that my boyfriend is more likely to cheat on me now because he's more comfortable in the relationship. Like, whatever the fuck happened to, oh, that's so cute. Are you guys gonna get married? Like, and then she goes on to trauma dump on me
Because they want you to be as miserable as them. They don't like that you're doing better than them. That's why.
about her ex-boyfriend and how he cheated on her and all that, whatever. But like, news fucking flash, not every single guy out there will cheat on you. And if it's not that, then it's the whole, oh, your boyfriend should be paying for every single thing that you do. Why are you paying for anything? Why are you paying for your own nails? He should be paying for your rent. And I find those girls even more annoying because I'm not expecting my boyfriend, who's literally only 25 years old, to be covering for everything. And I'm sorry, I don't know what economy you guys are living in, but you cannot be a millionaire by the age of 25, okay? Like, you're still pretty.
Yeah, it's crazy how because of social media, everybody you see online appears to be extremely mega rich. So it really drives up the perception that it's something easy to do, even though these people are still an extreme minority. Like, being a millionaire by 25 is fucking rare.
Fucking young. And he works really fucking hard every single day. So I know that he's gonna get us somewhere. Like, I don't know how to explain to you girls that just because he's not paying for everything right now doesn't mean that he's not a provider man. He has a provider mindset. He's just young. Like some of you girls seriously need to get a reality check. I'm so sorry, but you just get a fucking reality check.
Super true. Super true. This was a good one too. I believe what she says. I have experienced this. A girl with single friends can never be in a healthy relationship. Even if she tries, she can't ignore her smallest mistakes. Yeah. You cannot trust single women around your girlfriend. It's just the recipe for disaster.
My fiance was cheating on me on
5 minutes, bro. You know what? Maybe I'll save this one for next time. Do another short one or something.
Whenever.
Let's do one more. Let's do this one. Yeah. Okay. Tell by the voice.
Whenever a woman tells me that she's on her second marriage, I just want to know, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I currently am on my first, okay? But if this one dies, I will happily live out the rest of my days as a cat lady. I have no interest in doing this again, and it's not because I don't love my husband. I remember there's a TikTok somewhere on this app somewhere where this girl was like, hey, if you love your husband, if you're in a great marriage, but your husband dies, will you get married again? And the comment section was flooded. Flooded with women saying, nope, absolutely not, never doing this again. But my parents were both married 4 times. Both of them. 4 times.
The thing is, love makes you stupid. So you might say that you'd never marry again, but there's a possibility you're going to meet a guy that you're going to really like. You're going to fall in love again, and it's going to make you stupid because that's how we bond. If people retained their mental capacity and their intelligence while they fell in love with somebody, nobody would ever be together. You got to be a little bit stupid. to be able to deal with each other's differences, you know, and overlook them. But yeah, you know, there's a possibility that you would just meet somebody who you like again and just fall in love and get married again.
My mom finally figured it out. It's her and her dog now. And she lives here with us. It's a good time. She gets to be grandma and doesn't have to live with a man anymore.
Well, to each their own. Anyway, I've had enough of these. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna call it a day. Maybe I should I play something? I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I was about to say I want to go to bed, which is so true. I do kind of want to go to bed, but I'm not gonna go to bed. Something truly wrong with her. Yeah, it's just there's so many of them that are like this. It's crazy. Very sad. Anyway, that was decent. Thanks for joining, stranger. Nice to see you here. Same with everybody else who came. I think I'll do this again. Maybe, I don't know how often, but why not if I'm going to be filming these videos anyway when you come again. I was actually thinking maybe if I stream next time, I'm going to stream earlier in the morning. Maybe like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. CEST, somewhere around there. Because I have some people who watch late at night. So, in like a different time zone. So I'll see. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow, but it might be the day after maybe. When I'm filming these kind of things, instead of filming off camera, like offline, I might just live stream it every time. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for joining. Nice to see you here. And that's about it. See you.